Oh, hello. Welcome to Gourmet, the channel where I cook my way through all the cookbooks I own and have never used. We're finished with Delicious Disney. We're moving on to the next Disney cookbook, A Taste of Epcot, where we'll be making Ssam, I think is how you probably say it, or lettuce wraps with roast pork. Um, really, I wanted to make this because this has like a kimchi slaw with it, and I love kimchi. So I thought it'd be interesting. I've never made kimchi before, and I know that this is not going to be kimchi, but I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I also don't normally roast my pork with brown sugar, so I think there's a couple things in this that I'm intrigued to try. Let's get started. We're starting this one off with getting our pork ready. We need to make kind of like a light rub for the pork. We need a quarter cup of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. So this specifies light brown sugar, so that's what I'm going to do. Um, let's get this. I'm not packing it down, so I'm going to do a little extra. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, my pork butt is back here. Let's get it out. See how big it is. So this is our pork butt. Let me read. I'm reading. It's a 3.61. So I'm just gonna. If we're supposed to have 2 pounds and a quarter cup, I'm gonna go closer to a cup. So I'm gonna say that that's about where we are. Like I said, I didn't pack it in the cup, so. And I don't know if I was supposed to. It doesn't actually say, but I just feel like that's how you measure brown sugar. So whatever. And then I'm gonna add in this Maldon sea salt. It just says a coarse salt, so I don't like one's like a kosher salt, but I think this will be good. And let's see, 2 tablespoons is an eighth of a cup, so 4 is a fourth. Okay, so I've got my little like measuring. I don't even know if you can see it, but it does have an eighth cup line on here. So I'm just gonna try to get it to that. That looks good. And then, because that was 4. No, that was 2. And I'm just going to add in a little bit extra. Okay, that's all we need, right? Yes, perfect. And then, I'm going to get my Ziploc bag ready, because what we're doing is we're basically rubbing this on our pork butt and then putting this in the fridge overnight. So I'm going to go ahead, but let's get our pork butt. And I'm just going to, and I'm probably going to, it does say to do a boneless pork butt. This one has a bone in, because I figured that way it's a little closer to 2 pounds of boneless. Okay, great. So that's good enough for me. In our gallon baggie it goes. And then I'm going to take some of this, and I'm going to pour this. So maybe we made too much, but it can't be that bad of a thing. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to kind of like, the plan is to like massage this in once the bag's closed. And then, like I said, we're going to stick it in the fridge for overnight. It says 6 hours minimum. The recipe says to use a small roasting pan. I'm just using a large baking sheet with a piece of tinfoil on it. That's my roasting pan. We'll see how it goes. I didn't really think this one through, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Anyways, here's our pork that's been sitting overnight. All the brown sugar has clearly, what's the word? Liquidized, I guess? I don't know. It's not something that you want to eat anyways. Just, I don't know. Don't listen to me. It's like too early in the morning and I don't have a thought happening. But let's get this guy out. We are going to, I guess, do that and accidentally tip over the bag. I'm just putting it fat side up. That's what I normally do. And this is my oven's at 300 degrees. We're gonna pop this bad boy in. get them set up. I'm going to wash my hands first. But yeah, we'll see this in 4.5, 5 hours. Now it's time to make some kimchi slaw. Uh, I love kimchi. I obviously this is not going to be like a real kimchi because it's not going to really ferment. Um, but I'm excited to try. Now I am just realizing that I forgot to buy carrots, but there's only a half cup of carrots in this recipe, and this is the kimchi I have in my fridge. And it doesn't have carrots in it, so I'm gonna go with that and call it a day. I also the recipe called for sambal olek, which is like a spicy chili garlic sauce. I couldn't find that at the store, and I didn't want to drive to like the Asian grocery store because I was on my way back home. So I just bought a bottle of sriracha. It's going to be slightly similar with the wrong texture. Um, the internet said you could use like gochujang, sriracha, anything kind of like that is similar. I also have the gochujang, but the internet said that it wasn't quite the right flavor, but it was more the texture. So I don't know. We're kind of making this one up. Um, but I'm going to start by slicing our Napa cabbage. So this is our Napa cabbage. We need a 3 cups of Napa cabbage. There were no small ones, so this is the size that I went with. I have never worked with Napa cabbage before, but I'm assuming I need to break off some of the outer leaves, and we can go from there. Okay, so obviously 3 cups is not a lot. Um, let's just cut off some leaves. There we go. We'll do it this way. Get leaf, because honestly, part of what I love about kimchi is the crunchy bits. Um, so I'm definitely trying to go for more of like this inner white part. Something tells me that's going to be about 3 cups. But let's get this started. We just need to slice it, is all I'm going to do. Maybe I should slice it down the middle because this is big. Let's do that first. There we go. The recipe says to make this for ahead of time at least 2 hours and let it sit for at least 2 hours. So I figure if we let it sit for a little longer than that, it's probably going to taste better. But I'm going to clean up real quick. We need a half cup of thinly sliced red onion. So here's my red onion. I am going to cut off this much. Thinly slicing cabbage. No, this is a red onion. Right, we're just going to slice this whole thing. Screw it. So these are our vegetables, minus the carrot, which obviously it would be good in here, but semantics. Okay, so I guess I don't need this other bowl. Okay, so I've got a tablespoon out for inspiration. I'm sure I'm not going to exactly be measuring out tablespoons because we all know what's happening here. What do we need? I need a teaspoon of minced garlic. So let us just... Oops, that's too much. Well, okay. I need a teaspoon of minced ginger. So I was too lazy to buy ginger, so I bought this ginger paste instead. I think this is going to be fine. It's like it's extra minced. And we'll just... There we go. We've clearly thrown teaspoon out the door. These are not teaspoons. We need 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So I have a lime here. I'm just going to go ahead and roll it to get it nice and juicy. And with the amount of things that's happening, I'm hoping we get 2 tablespoons of lime juice. If not, I have another lime. I bought it just in case. Woo! Let's get this in there. Perfect. I can also tell that I'm kind of hungry. because I definitely just had the thought of, what if I just ate the lime? That's not something you want to do. Oh boy. Okay, now we need a tablespoon of rice vinegar. So here's my rice vinegar. There we go. And we need a teaspoon of fish sauce. So this is our fish sauce. It's this is one of those things where, like, yes, buying the ingredients up front can be like expensive, but it's also the thing that, like, now I have fish sauce and fish sauce lasts a while. So we'll do a big teaspoon like every other big teaspoon. And then I need a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going out of order. I just now realized that. That's why this is hard. I guess I will use a tablespoon at some point. I'm going to add a little extra sugar. Mostly because we have a little extra of everything else. And it's, to be fair, we have more than 3 cups of cabbage. So, we might not have the carrots, but hey. And then we are going to add a tablespoon of sriracha. It's supposed to be sambal. I didn't find that. I know that you can like easily find that at an Asian grocery store. I've seen it a million times. I've just never had to buy it. And like I said, I have gochujang and I have the sriracha. I just went with the sriracha. And then we're whisking this together. Let's just go ahead and combine these, right? Yeah. Do I want to get my hands dirty? Not really. Here we go. Yum, 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 yum. And we'll just toss. I know it's not part of the recipe, and maybe it wouldn't have worked, but I do kind of wish I had added radish. I love a radish kimchi. Anyways, I'm going to cover this with saran wrap, and I'm going to let this sit in the fridge until the pork's finished. So we are starting to get ready our sesame mayo. This is the last thing we have to get ready for this recipe. We need to toast a tablespoon of sesame seeds. So here are the sesame seeds I bought from the grocery store. I don't think there's anything special about them. They're just the ones I found. But I figure, it's nice to know what people are buying. And I'm just going to, not very well, pour in a little, kind of like a heaping tablespoon into this little pot. And we're going to roast these over medium-high heat until lightly brown and aromatic. So I'm going to take our sesame seeds off the heat. They're looking pretty good. That took a couple of minutes. And I'm going to get the bowl ready for our mayonnaise. Okay, so we've got our sesame seeds in here. We need... Oh, we're supposed to let them cool. How hot are they? They're a little hot. We'll let these cool a little bit. Okay, so our sesame seeds are cool to the touch. We're going to get on with this mayonnaise. We've got our tablespoon of toasted sesame. We need a half cup of mayonnaise. I'm using this QP mayo. I do like it. It's the Japanese style mayo. I'm going to call that a half cup. I love sauce, so I'm not going to be mad if I have extra of this. We need a tablespoon of water, so let me just go get that. Tablespoon of water secured. Now we need 1.5 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil. So I don't have toasted sesame oil, but I already owned regular sesame oil. So that's what I'm using. We need 1.5 teaspoons. There we go. Oh, I got sesame oil everywhere. Let's clean that off real quick. I'm not really sure how I managed to do that. Okay, sesame oil, we need the same measurement of lemon juice. I didn't buy a lemon. I already owned this lemon juice. I know it's not quite the same, but that's fine. There we go. We need 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic. So I Googled it, and granulated garlic is like chunkier dried garlic. So I'm going to try this garlic mince, this dried minced garlic. I still don't think that's right. I do think this is still wrong. I feel like the granulated garlic is going to be smaller, but I don't know for sure. I've never even seen it at a store. So this is what I went with. I meant to Google it after I got home to like do more of a deep dive to see if I should just be using garlic powder. Um, but I'm going to try this. I think this will be interesting. I need how much? A teaspoon? We'll try that. And then we need a half teaspoon of coarse salt and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. So we know that that's vibes. So I got a small whisk, and I'm just going to whisk this together. This is going to sound bizarre when I say this. It does taste like toasted sesame. How fun! I really wasn't sure what was going to work. Well, that's interesting. How cool. So we're going to leave this here. We're going to let this sit. Basically, once the pork is done, we're going to shred that. So we'll do that on camera. And then we can assemble our little lettuce wraps. Here is our beautiful pork butt. It's been just at 4.5 hours. Let me get... We gotta see, right? This is... Oh. This isn't really the right angle to be doing this at. But there we go. Look. Oh, boy. Look at that. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, man, that looks great. It also... it smells like sweet. I mean, it definitely did some weird burning things around sugar. But that's okay. That's also partially why I put some tinfoil down. Oh man, this looks so good. I'm going to move this to the side, and we're going to make a little lettuce wrap real quick. I almost touched the pan with my hand. That wouldn't have gone over well. So here's what our kimchi looks like after, I guess it's been close to 4 hours. It smells kind of like kimchi. So I'm impressed. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this recipe for this right here. I wanted to see how it went. And then let's get a spoon for our mayo. And let's give this another stir. I probably should have covered it, but I was too lazy and didn't think about it. There's our mayo. And I'm going to get out another little plate. It's time to make one of these little bad boys. So here we have some just like butterhead lettuce. The recipe says bib lettuce leaves, which I think bib lettuce is kind of like butter lettuce. That's what they look like in the picture anyway. So that's what I'm going to make one with. I think maybe I want a bigger leaf. There we go. I think that's a good size leaf. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to add a little bit of pork. I'm going to sneak a bite of pork. Oh, that's good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of the kimchi slaw. Maybe I should have sliced the cabbage thinner. I'm just now thinking maybe that was the move. Maybe these are like almost too thick of slices. I'm not sure. But we'll find out soon. And here's a little bit of our sesame mayo. And then we'll switch camera angles and try it. Okay, so we just made our little lettuce wrap. Obviously, here she is. Let's... Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Okay, so I'm just kind of folding and folding. I mean, I'm sure you guys have had lettuce wraps before. It didn't really work. This is... I'm going to have to take a couple bites. That's good. Okay. I feel like that I went on a big side quest with that bite. I ended up eating the whole thing. And I had some water. But that was that was honestly, that was really good. Uh, the kimchi slaw tastes. I don't think it's exactly like kimchi, but you can definitely see what they were going for, and I think it's pretty close. I think it's not fermented, so maybe that's. I don't know exactly, and I don't know what goes in kimchi, but that was good for like a 4 hour kimchi slaw. That was great. The mayonnaise is good. The pork is still like this gets a 10. I'm sorry, this gets a 10. This was easy to do. Um, the ingredients were all really easy to find. It wasn't a lot of active prep. I think if I think about it, maybe like 45 minutes. Um, it just was super easy to do. I'm so happy I'm gonna have leftovers. They say that this is like an appetizer. It'll feed like 4 to 6, but as a main, it's like 2 to 3 or something like that. Anyways, I this was so good. I am excited to eat the rest. I have no complaints. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.